Good morning, class. Welcome to the online classes for physics of class 10th. As we were going through the chapter that is electricity, so this is what the revision for your chapter that we have studied in the last topics, that what was electricity, what were the charges, what was the unit of the current, and today we will be seeing what the potential is. So what this electricity is, firstly, we know that electricity is a form of energy that can be easily changed to many other forms. We have seen in the last session also that electricity is something that's a form of energy that is easily controllable, that how much energy is needed, that much we can use and we can change it in the form whatever we needed. And firstly we have seen that in mathematically we can given that the number of the flow of the charges per unit time is given as the electricity. Here what we can say that the flow of the electrons, because we have seen the charges were of the two types, that is positive and the negative charges. If the flow of the electron, that is the negative charge, so this flow of a negative charge in a circuit is said to be the current if it is defined mathematically. Then okay, so what this charges means, charges is the property, that means the charges when they feel the property of attraction or the repulsion, that too due to the deficiency of the electrons. We already know that charge is something that is being a property that is already there accumulated in the surface when there is a deficiency of some place. So one will be the place where the electron leave, so that place will become the positive charge, and where the electron is more, that will be considered as negative charge. So these negative and positive charges together, they will form a current. Due to this motion of these charges will produce a current. So positive charge will be due to the leaving place or the place which is get left by the electron, or due to the deficiency of electron some space is created which is a positive charge. And if you talk about the negative charge, then the excess of electrons is considered as a negative charge, and SI unit of these charge is considered as coulomb. We have already seen that charges is given by the letter Q and its unit is, if it is Q, then its unit was coulomb, right? And current was given as rate of flow of charges per second, means at the time number of the electrons flowing given as in charge, that is current. I is equals to Q by T. So coulomb per second, and these coulomb per second together was written as ampere. This was what current is, right? So what the electric current is, that is the rate of the flow of electric charges or electrons through a conductor per unit time is given as an electric current. Electric current is given as charge upon time, and we know that the coulombs unit was for the charge and coulomb per second will be for the current, with together which is written as ampere. And we have seen what was the device which is used for the measurement of current, that is ammeter. And we have seen for the direction of the current that when the electrons flow and its place left which was given by the positive charge, so positive charge and the negative charges, they get repelled by the battery terminals. We have seen in the last case that I have shown you that when a circuit like a positive negative battery terminal is given to that of a metal piece, when the electrons are left, so these electrons what they do, that they get repelled by the negative terminal and get attracted by the positive terminal, those they try to move. So when these are getting moved, what we can say that electrons get repelled by these negative terminal, try to move in this condition, right? So when these electrons move in this condition, the positive terminals move outside in this condition. So both are in the opposite direction. But remember this, that the current's direction is always opposite to the direction of the electron. So what we can say, that current moves in the direction of the positive charges. The flow of the current will be in the direction of the flow of the positive charges. Now in this session we will be seeing what the potential is. Firstly, potential in easy words, what the potential means, that what is the capacity to do any work, that is considered as your potential. So what is your potential in doing the work, that means how much the work you can complete your work or at a time, that is considered electric potential. So today we will be seeing what this electric potential, electricity, that potential will be considered as the work done if some charge is kept at some distance. If you want to bring this charge in a particular point where you want to, so the work done by you to bring that charge to the particular point where you are needed, that is considered as a potential. So what the potential is required to bring an electric charge kept at any point to the required point is considered as a potential or an electric potential. And if you talk about potential difference, that will be between the 2 points. If 2 points are given A and B, then in between this, if the charges are tried to be moved, that is a particular 2 points which we already know, A and B, and the potential required to move in this between A and B points is considered as potential difference. So what it can be defined as, potential is the amount of the work done which is required to move a positive or a negative charge from one point to the other point where it is required in the electric field. So electric field is a point where the electric charges are able to move in that 3-dimensional space. So electric potential or a potential difference between any 2 points was potential difference, and it is denoted by the letter V, and the unit is given as volt. The unit of potential difference is volt, and we just measure this instrument with the help of voltmeter. Okay, voltmeter is the main unit. So what we can say, this potential difference is allowing you to the motion of the charges. So motion of the current or the flow of the current in a conductor is due to just this potential itself. Means you are trying, like I have seen, I already told you that when the electrons are there in a conductor, the negative terminal will try to oppose this electrons, right? So what these electrons will do, that they are getting energy to move, and what we have seen now only, that the amount of work done that is able to try to move these electrons from a point, then that is considered as its work done. So the potential to move these charges from its point to the particular required point, then it is said to be the potential. So that is volt. So what we can say, volt is responsible for the movement of the charges from one point to the required point. So battery will provide you the potential. Okay, so this is measured with the instrument known as voltmeter, and current is measured with an instrument known as ammeter. So next point, that is Ohm's law. Now I am just introducing that what the Ohm's law is. In the next class we will be seeing mathematically, and we'll see how we have to write the Ohm's law. Firstly, this was the law which was given by the scientist named as George Simon Ohm. That's why this law was given a name as an Ohm's law. So what this happens, that whenever we talk about a conductor, we know that some charges are present, that is electron will only be present, but when the electrons try to move, the space will be there left by the electron, that is considered as its positive charge. So positive and the negative charge, when these is connected to a positive and the negative terminal of the battery, and what does the battery does, it provides a potential to these charges to move. So when these charges are getting some potential from these battery terminals, they will try to move, and when this trying to move, the movement of the charges is there, we know that the current will flow. So the flow of the charges will be responsible for the current, and the potential given by the battery is responsible for the flow of the charges. So both are together and directly proportional to each other because they are related to each other. And I already told what this directly proportional means. That sign is showing you that whenever one of the point is increasing, then the other quantity will also increase with that, and if one quantity is decreasing, then the other quantity will also decrease with that value. But if it is talking about inversely proportional, that if one is increasing, the other quantity will decrease, and if it is one is decreasing, then the other quantity will increase. That is what the Ohm's law's main point, that potential whatever we are applying, that means number of the charges flowing will increase. So how much the potential you will apply, the work done will be more. So work done will try to move your charges more and more, and the current flow will also be more. So what the potential you are applying or giving to that metal conductor's piece, that much charges will try to flow. And these flow charge, what you can say, that this will produce a current, because flow of charges are considered as a current. So V is directly proportional to I, means what the potential you are giving to it, that is trying to make a current or the charges to flow, which provides the electric current. So electric current is the flow of an electric charge. So V is directly proportional to I. That is what the main point for the Ohm's law. And the second thing, if you are just taking out this potential sign, what I have told, that whenever a potential sign is removed and it is converted into equal sign, then some constant should come along with this I, and that constant here will be R. And this capital R can be written as V by I. And what this R is, so new proportionality constant, that is R, is introduced, which is resistance. R is resistance. And what the resistance means, that is a opposing property or the quantity which is applied in the conductors to that of the current. So this is what the opposite nature of the current. Resistance is tried to oppose the flow of the charges, that is opposite to that of the current, that is resistance. It is given by the letter R, Unit for the resistance is given as ohm, which is given with the sign like this. It can be kilo ohm, it can be mega ohm. There are many more units for this Ohm's law, for ohms of the resistance. So what we can say according to the Ohm's law, that whenever the potential is given to any metal conductor, that the number of the charges flowing will be increased, and with the increased flow of the charges, the current flow will also increase. So both are directly proportional to each other. Okay, that is what the Ohm's law was. So what we have seen, that a conductor piece, the electrons will be there, so that we are considered as a negative charge. If you talk about the leaving electron, that space which is over there, it's considered as a positive part. So these positive and the negative charge, when they get flow due to the potential applied by the battery terminals, then this flow of electrons or the positive charge will try to make a current to flow. So the flow of electrons will be responsible for the flow of current, and these flowing current is directly proportional to the voltage, because both are related to each other. So V is directly proportional to the current. And here, by the George-Simon Ohm, one proportionality constant was given, which is considered as a resistance. And resistance is what? That is a opposite nature of resisting the charge. They will try to oppose the flow of the charge. So this is always inversely proportional to the current. Means the current will oppose the resistance, or resistance will oppose the flow of the charges. If resistance will increase, then current will decrease. If resistance is less, then the current will be more. So every conductor piece around us that we are using in the current work, or in electric fields, or in the electric charges, that means if the resistance is there, every material will have some kind of resistance. If it is less, then what we can say, they are good conductors that can be used in the electric work. If they are having more resistance, that means they are not a good conductor of electricity. They can be considered as insulator also. So that is what given in the Ohm's law. And what I have told, some instruments that can be used. So this is what the instrument used for the current measurement. So current measurement, one instrument is used which was named as ammeter. So this is what the ammeter is. It is having one positive terminal and one negative terminal. So this is ampere. We know that the unit of the current is given as ampere. So this is what the ammeter is. It is shown with the letter A. So this is what the sign for the ammeter, and you talk about a symbol. So symbol is given by only letter A. One will be plus and one will be minus. This is what the ampere. And I already told that every unit has their smallest unit also, like meter has centimeter, millimeter, kilometer. So like this, the ampere will also have a smallest unit which is milliampere. So this is 1000 times less than that of an ampere. Milliampere will be given with the letter small m and A. If you talk about microampere, then again it is 1000 times less than that of a milliampere. So microampere and milliampere, how it will be written as? Like if you talk about 1 ampere will be equal to 10 to the power minus 3 milliampere. And if you talk about a microampere, then will be 1 ampere is equals to 10 to the power minus 6 microampere. Okay, this mu sign is for micro. This is what voltmeter. This is the device which is used for measuring the potential difference across any 2 points. So this is what the voltmeter. Okay, these are the different signs which you can see and can be used in the different electrical symbols. Like electric cell, I have already told. So a cell will have only 2 terminals, positive and the negative, and these combination of the cells will be considered as a battery. So this is what the plug key and the tap key. Tap key will be shown with like this arrow sign. When it gets on, they will be together, and if you are talking about off, then will be tap key, which are used at our homes. So that is considered as a tap key. So when you on, you just switch it on, right? You just have to force it out. So force means you are tapping inside, so some connection will be there. When it get connected, it will on. So the second one, you can see the connection that it is getting tapped, so it will get on, and off will be outer, which we can see outside the board, that how it is there in the switchboards. If you talk about plug key, then we are using it in the laboratory, that we used to have one key and we used to press that key in the holes. When it get pressed out in the hole, the current used to flow. That is, it is in the on condition, and if you take it out, it will get off. Now if you talk about a wire joint, then 2 joint wires means what we used to do, you may have seen different wires at home also. that some insulated device is there outside, and if we cut it and take out, some copper wire is there. So two insulated wires are cutted off and together connected, then it is say that the copper wires are connected to each other, then it is joint, wires are joined. If you are crossing without joint, then this junction is shown, like wire crossing, you can see wires are crossed to each other but they are not joined, they are not connected, so without connection will be showing like this. If you talk about electric bulb, this is what the sign for the LED bulb. If you talk about resistance, then this is what the resistance. And rheostat, we can, this is an instrument, you can say that we can change the value of the resistance by changing this knob. So this knob is showing you that what resistance you want. If you talk about ammeter, this is what the sign for ammeter, this is what the sign for voltmeter. So ammeter are always connected in series, and for voltmeter it is always connected in a parallel condition, remember it. Okay, so this were the signs, what were the electricity, potential difference, Ohm's law. So these were the topics, and after this we will be seeing in the next class. So thank you, class.